Hey, Sean, it is July 14th, 2023. Today's vlog is called Carnivore Diet, Attention, Dadbods, and Mombods. If I say Dadbods throughout the rest of the thing, I'm referring to Dadbods Mombods. It's just more common to say the word or the words Dadbods. Anyway, it occurred to me watching Lily Kane's video, one of her videos, the 10 things she wished she knew before she started carnivore. One of them was what influencer to follow and what influencer best fits you. I had been looking for somebody that was a dad bod and I couldn't find one. So that's why I started this channel. It was mostly out of frustration. I had talked to a bunch of people at the gym. I used to get a lot of questions. I don't as much anymore simply because people are used to seeing me the way I am right now. But when I made this transformation, if you will, I did get a ton of questions. And I thought if I just told everybody everything, sent them a bunch of text, that they just do what I did and it would be good. But all as I got was that I was crazy, that I ran on the treadmill. That's how I got to this body weight and this body fat. And it's simply not true. And it was very frustrating to me. So I decided to start a YouTube channel, and then maybe it would attract people that were in the same predicament that I was in. What predicament was I in? For 5 years, I always exercised or attempted to exercise. And the intent of the exercise was to get to here, right? As I appear right now and as I feel right now, and I never got there. And for the last 5 years, prior to 2022, I spent an awful lot of time watching videos, watching influences, whether it be carnivore, keto, or just in the fitness industry in general, trying to figure out how to get here. And it took a long time. It took a long time for me to get to this point. How did I do it? I tried carnivore in 2019. I did 2 ribeyes a day for the better part of a year with probably some cheat days in between, but I was pretty strict. And I never got to this, where I'm at right now. I got pretty close, but I still was a dad bod. I still had a tire tube around my waist. And I just thought if I run 30 more miles the following week, I'm close. If I do this many more crunches and I see everybody at the gym doing crunches, doing side lunges, it's not going to work. I've been there. If you're a dad bod, it's not going to work. Now, if you have a different style of body or type of body, it may work. What is a dad bod? Dad bod is a strange thing because it's kind of in between heavy and fit. It's in the middle. Dad bods don't even know that they're dad bods, or at least I didn't know I was a dad bod. I looked really pretty good in clothes, but it's when I took the clothes or the shirt off and looked at myself specifically in the morning, I'd be like, oh my God, this is an awful lot of work for this result. What is happening with me, and why aren't I getting the result that I'm looking for? You know, all the people on the magazines and whatnot. I didn't understand. I really didn't. I couldn't figure it out. Most likely, I was insulin resistant. That's my guess. I never got it tested at the time. And so what did I do? I got so frustrated, I hired Keto Savage. I went through a 5-month competition cut with him, and I did everything he told me to do. It involved having the keto brick, and then I figured out on my own about hamburger. So I had keto brick and hamburger for 5 straight months. I went from 204 pounds to 162 pounds. And then after that was finished, I was on my own, and I had to figure out what my stabilized weight was. I went back in reverse from 162 pounds to 175 pounds, and then I stayed 175 pounds for the better part of a year. How did I do that? I just figured out ground beef. Eating to satiety didn't work to get me here. Eating to satiety will get you from the standard American diet to a reasonable weight. Unless you're some kind of genetic freak, it's probably not going to get you below 10% body fat. And I see so many people at the gym that are dad bods. Is it judgmental on my part? Yes, it is. I'm not telling them, I'm not going up and saying, hey, dad bod. But they're dad bods, and they're working their asses off. They are working on the treadmill. They're doing tons of crunches. They're working way harder than I am. And they've been like this for years. By the way, so was I. 5 years, to be honest with you. It wasn't until I got to carnivore and I started figuring out how much food do I need, what's my intake, what's my output, and I just figured it all out, and that's why I'm here today. So my audience is dad bods. Unfortunately, dad bods think they're close. That's the problem, I think. And there's probably more dad bods than anything in mom bods, including the ladies. You're not far. it's just carnivore is what got me to this point. Where does it go from here? I'm not really sure. I've told you people that I do like to experiment. You people, subscribers, listeners, followers. I do like to experiment. I did experiment with a mini cut. Oh, by the way, in March I ate to satiety, which was literally like 4 pounds of beef a day, and I gained 5 pounds, and I didn't feel great, so I cut that out. And then in April, I went from 180 pounds, and I did a mini cut to mid-June to 165 pounds, and I stand here today at 170 pounds, which is where I prefer to stay for the remainder of my life if I can. But anyway, hopefully that works out. I am going to be experimenting with different things and probably lose half of my subscribers by doing that. But I think I'm going to try incorporating some sort of fruit before or after a workout. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it. I haven't done it yet. But stay tuned. It's kind of cool. I'm experimenting with my body. And I think that I'm disciplined enough right now with the food and with the exercise that if it doesn't work out, I will jump right back to where I was before. But like I said, I haven't started it yet. I'm kicking it around. I'm not sure which fruit. I'm not sure the timing of the fruit. And it's not a Paul Saladino thing. It's for carbohydrates, particularly for running. And by the way, I prefer just to lift weights. And I know there's a lot of influences that say you don't need cardio. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. It appears that I do need cardio. And I don't mind it either. It's going very well. But it seems to me, for me personally, that I actually love lifting weights. I'll lift weights twice a day if I can. The cardio appears to be important for me. And if it's not cardio, it's definitely 10 or 12,000 steps. That seems to be the zone that I need to be in as well to maintain what I have now. And why do I want to maintain what I have now? Why not just be 180 pounds or 185 pounds like I was for a long period of time? And by the way, I ran better at 185 pounds than I'm running right now at 170 pounds. Why? Because this feels really good. It's not just about appearance. Being below 10% body fat, if you've never been there, for a male, and for a female, I believe it would be 15% body fat, maybe 18, I'm not sure about those numbers. It feels really good. And I'm not just talking about having a flat stomach or what appearances are. It just feels really good to be in this body, to be honest with you. My cognitive ability is really good. My sleep is really good. My energy is great. I like it. It's just a little tricky to stay here. And I have to keep figuring that out and keep adjusting as I go along, depending on how much exercise I do, movement, versus what my fuel intake is. And I am going to change the percentage of beef that I do just to see what happens. And on the next vlog, I'll let you know about that. So, Dadbods and Mombods, that's my audience. So I should probably start catering to you guys instead of everybody, because I don't know that people are that interested in fitness. So thank you. Take care. Bye.